Hey folks, it is January, which means time to plant your bare root fruit tree. Now today I'm not going to talk about why to plant bare root fruit trees instead of a potted tree. I'm going to assume y'all know bare root fruit trees are the way to go. And so what I am here to talk about are 1-year bare root trees that you can find at your local nurseries or mail order, or these beautiful 2-year bare root trees that we orchard keepers have grown this last year, and we are just so thrilled, excited, stoked on. Okay, so what do we have here? These are your options that you're going to find in the nursery. Now, worst case scenario, it's a small tree like this. I had already pruned this, but at the nursery you might find it 3 feet tall. Caliper, which is the thickness of the trunk right by the union, is anywhere between 1/2 inch to 5/8 inch, and it's fine. It's going to grow you a tree, but it's going to take some more years to get up to this size. So you can get this at the nursery. Best case scenario at a nursery for a first year tree is going to be like this one. It's got really nice caliper, uh, probably about 3/4 inch just above the union. We got some height to it, and the roots are fairly developed. Okay, that's best case scenario. And so when we would come out to plant these, or you would buy them to plant them, after you plant them, you got to prune them. And so we already pruned this one. So if you got a bunch of these trees and planted them, you have a bunch of little sticks sticking up out of the ground. Okay, which is fine. Bunch of these, hey, this is great, but we don't want to leave this tree this tall at the time of planting. So what do you got to do? You got to cut it. Wherever I cut is where the first branches are going to want to grow. Okay, so I take this tree and I'm cutting it pretty much in half. So this is what you're going to have: a bunch of these sticks sticking up in the orchard. This is what you can find at the nursery this time of year: 1-year bare root trees. Not a bad option. Then we've got these trees. 2 years. We've been growing them professionally at a farm in Santa Cruz, and we are just thrilled about this. Here we're looking at 1.5 to 2 inch caliper trunk. Really nice root system has already developed. And look at these branches. Remember, branches are scaffold limbs on your tree. That's where the fruit is going to develop. We've already got almost all of our scaffold limbs for the lower part of the tree. And then when we're done pruning, we don't have to prune it back so hard because we've already developed a lot of roots. So when I'm done pruning, which is taking about half of last year's growth, hey, that's still a pretty nice looking tree. Okay, so we have got a whole inventory of these beautiful 2-year bare root trees. We're digging them up next week, and we're ready to plant them all over the county Bay Area. Give us a holler.